Hey guys, welcome back. It's Appalachian Andy. Today we're at Charles C. Deam Wilderness area. We'll be doing a 20-mile loop, moving in a clockwise direction, and it is at 11:28 a.m. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. On this 20-mile loop, we should be seeing quite a bit of this wilderness area. There is a section that is closed, the Peninsula Trail. And that is what I originally wanted to do. According to the website, they had to close the Peninsula Trail down because of some severe weather that rolled through. Just a lot of trees and debris down, making it pretty difficult to pass. So once we get down that far, if I don't see any signage or if I don't see any signs that says it's closed, we might go ahead and try to trek down that way. This trail is completely new to me. I haven't been here before. Took me just about 4 hours to get here, around 200, it's a little bit over 200 miles, but you know, really excited to be here today. This has been on my radar for a minute. I got a list of places that I've been jotting down that I want to visit, and this is just one more off the list. Charles C. Deam Wilderness area is about 2 hours, west of Cincinnati, and I think it's another 2 hours south of Indianapolis. Some of the reviews that I'd read online says it can be busy on the weekends, and it is a Saturday afternoon, but it's supposed to be overcast most of the day, predicting some rain early this evening into the night, so that might keep a few people back home. Just at a mile here, have another blowdown in front of us. This is only one of four that I've already come across. So yeah, the maintenance could be better on this trail. Something I can appreciate about being out here in Indiana is these long flat stretches. The total elevation gain for the entire trip is only 1,200 feet. So we'll be moving at a cruising speed of at least 2 miles per hour. So something I had picked up on is that there's no blazes. And I got thinking, okay, well this is a wilderness area. So yeah, most wilderness areas, they don't blaze the trees. And that's not a problem. This is a well-established trail. And it is also a multi-use trail. So you know what that means? It means that it's also a bridle trail. And because it's a bridle trail, you know, it tends to be a little bit more beat up. A lot of hikers don't like bridle trails because they can tend to be a little bit more beat up, a little bit more rough. They can also be a lot more damaging, but so far, not too bad. I'm in an area now where it just opened up. You can look here behind me. Yeah, so pretty. Here's the downside of backpacking during the summertime. Very thick, grown up vegetation. Gotta stay away from these briars if we can. Maybe not. This is nice to see. First creek crossing. And I say it's nice to see because one of my last trips out to Indiana, I went on the adventure trail and it is dry as a bone. Now I guess there's certain times during the year, seasonal times where there's water, but yeah, most of the time out the adventure trail, it is absolutely dry as a bone and you have to cache your water. I would say I did have some concerns with coming out here and it being a overnight trip, you know, being 4 hours, 20 miles. You know, I don't want to say this has been easy because as soon as you say that's easy, you end up eating those words. But I'll say it's been smooth. It's been running smoothly so far. The only thing that I've been fighting, some of these down trees, cobwebs, and I've had this thorn or splinter, I don't even know what it is, it's been stuck in my heel for the last few weeks, It's really been bothering me. It didn't bother me so much at first. At first I thought maybe I just like bruised something, but yeah, I'm pretty positive it's a splinter. It is in the worst place possible because I can just barely reach it. I can barely see it, and I've been trying to dig it out, but with no success. This week sometime I'll have to head out to urgent care, see if they can dig it out for me. And I'm a person that hates hospitals, hates medical anything, so you know, if I'm going to urgent care, then I really need to go. Okay, we are at the Martin Hollow and Cope Hollow Trail intersection. We're going to hop on to Cope Hollow Trail for the next few miles. Bring it up here on the screen. I'll show you exactly where I'm at and where we're heading. That's a tall piece of timber right there. Did buy a new piece of gear. It's a little chest pack. And it ain't just look cool. It has some of my snacks in here. Let's see what we got. Some peanuts. Brought a Kodiak protein bar. This week I'd made some fruit leather. I think right now I'm gonna go with the protein bar. Yeah, this is actually pretty sweet. I can keep my electronics up here. I keep my compass, my lighter, my matches, and then yeah, keep my snacks here in this little middle pouch. Pretty sweet, and also distributes the weight some, so it's not always all on your shoulders. It's not back on your hips, because these little side pockets right here. Yeah, these are just not, I don't know, they're not the most convenient, and they're hard to zip back up, so yeah, I'm rocking with the chest pack now. There's been an absolute war zone through here. Another tree down. And you know, I think what's going on, you know, I didn't really look at the website too much, but a few weeks ago when I was up at Lake Vesuvius, backpacking there, if you guys have watched that video, there's a lot of storms, and Ohio didn't have any tornadoes, I don't think, but I know northern Kentucky and parts of Indiana did, and yeah, that might be from the storms a few weeks ago. If that's the case, there's a lot of cleaning up to do. The humidity's just been crazy today. You can see my glasses are just fogging up. Whew, man. I do have some wipes that's really good for removing that or keeping that fog off your glasses, but I didn't even think to bring them today. Our goal today is to get about 14-15 miles in after Cope Hollow, getting onto the Axum Trail, and then the final trail will be, I think, Grub Ridge. So a couple miles up Grub Ridge, there is the Peninsula Trail, and then just short of the Peninsula Trail, there is a ton of sites. And bring it up on the map. The site we're looking at is Camp 24. Unless if I can get to one of the other sites sooner, or the other ones are easier to get to. Yeah, that's the plan, that we're gonna stay up at Camp 24 today. This is kind of funny. You see how the trail, how muddy it is. And then the transition to this. Man, how nice is that? For the last, I don't know, about 2 miles, I've made some excellent time. You know, when it's wide open like this, you can put some miles behind you in a hurry. Coming up onto campsite 25. It's the first campsite that we will have arrived to, and it's also the halfway mark at about 7 miles in. That is one monster pine. Yeah, buddy. You just can't make this up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th tree down ahead. Here we go. Have a pond to the left. I don't think I want to filter any water here. Preferably find some water up ahead. Now, ponds in a more desperate situation I think is fine, but ponds are more stagnant. Just hold water. Now, if you can find some type of creek or stream, that would definitely be more preferred. This ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. I think this must be Camp 25. I'm gonna pull my phone out and double check. Yeah, pull it up on the big screen. Camp 25. Here we are. Got some pines overhead. Yeah. This would be a nice place to stay for the evening, but we are just too early in the day right now. Had a nice fire ring, a couple logs to sit on. Tried to be capitalizing on those because I didn't bring my seat with me, but pond just across the way. So if you did need water, you could tap in right here. I think it's safe to assume that we should be to Camp 24 by 5:30. It is 2:40 right now. We had left the trailhead just at 11:30. Took us just about 3 hours to get to Camp 25. So yeah, I think it'd be safe to assume we should be there in 3 hours. Earlier I'd said that the trail was I was gonna say easy, but I'd said it was going smoothly. I'm not gonna change that just yet. I'd still say it's, you know, run pretty smooth, but there's just been a lot of obstacles in the way. And if it wasn't for all the detours, I think we've probably already been another couple miles down the road here, so that's all right. Time for snack number 2. This is super pretty right off this forest road. Look like some type of rose or, yeah, some type of flower. Made it to the Copal Trail, Grub Ridge Trail. We're going to go ahead and follow out the Grub Ridge Trail. It's going to lead into the horse camp on up just a little ways. I bet we could be in a drought and still be muddy like this. Man. This is just a war zone out here, guys. Man, let's see if I can get a better view up here. That's all there is fallen trees through here. I can see trees down the way. They're snapped off half the way up. There had to have been a tornado came through here. Had to have been. I can't even see the trail from here. Wow. With this being a bridle trail, there is no way a horse could get through all this. No way. Look at this tree over here. The tree over here is about what all these other trees look like up ahead. Just snapped in half. Wow. Some devastation here. This is going to take a long time to clean up. This looks a little familiar. We're back here at the intersection. This way says Grub Ridge, so I went that way, and that is Grub Ridge Trail. And then on all trails, it also says down that way is Grub Ridge. So I got a little turned around. Luckily, I didn't go too far. I'd gotten as far as all those mess of trees down there, came back up, and now we're back on the right path. All my friends in West Virginia that love dolly sods, geez, this reminds me of the Dolphin Grade Trail. Yes, it does. Because it is muddy, muddy, muddy. Boy, you better tighten up them laces. Your foot goes down with those mud holes, you may not get your shoe back. Ooh, boy. Well, this is where everyone's at. Some tents down that way, big open field. That was a nice change for a minute, pulling up into camp. They have a real lovely area for, I mean, if you want to pull in a camper, if you just want a tent camp, whatever you like to do. Yeah, that's the spot right there. Ran into a really nice couple. I'm assuming they were a couple, Kurt and Aaliyah. Real nice folks. Told them to look me up at Appalachian Andy. They said they would. So looking forward to hearing from you guys later. Sorry I didn't get as much footage back there. Somebody was listening to Jungle Love, so you know how it is with YouTube and copyright stuff. When you know somebody's listening to music or writing music on here that's copyrighted, I don't want to get striked down, so maybe next time. We are just at 11 miles, maybe over 11 miles in. Another 2 miles away from camp. And you know, I've looked at the phone, I've looked at the app a couple different times on how to get down there, and I just don't know. So if I can't navigate my way down to Camp 24, Then there is, let's see, Camp 13 and Camp 12. That's just along the trail, but it is probably another 2 miles on down. So looking at possibly another 4 miles today. And it is 5:08. So, and it is sprinkling. Starting to get a little hungry. I got a feast in my backpack. Can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, next time I check in, hopefully we will be up at camp. I have some rain moved in. I thought it was just kind of be a matter of time, honestly. The skies have been dark all day. It's been really humid. But I do have my poncho this time. I have it over top my backpack. So we're gonna stay dry. But we're close. I think we're gonna go ahead and pull an audible. Head our way to Camp 13. I think it's a pine covered campsite, so I think that's just gonna be just our speed. I think that's gonna be just the ticket tonight. Well, this has been a trip for the ages, let me tell you. The last hour, been trying to set things up in the rain, and I don't say things suck all that often, but it sucked. The 2 trees that I found, both of them have poison ivy growing up alongside of them, and they are almost like the only 2 trees that I can even use, because right outside this camp here, you can see you got a tree laying that direction, and then there's another tree leaning the opposing direction. So yeah, and the only other option was for me to keep on hiking. And I think the next campsite was another 2 or 3 miles. And in this downpour, I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna take what I can get. Right now I have a redneck catchment system going for my water. Got my Walmart bag set up here on this end. And then I'd had one of my smart water bottles hanging off this back end. Got maybe about half a liter filled up. I was thinking that I would have water at one of the campsites, or being able to get down to the lake area, but yeah, that ain't happened. So I should have just enough water to do my dinner, have enough water for breakfast, and maybe enough to have for my coffee, and that's it. First, the rain is letting up just a tad. But I mean, it's supposed to keep going through 2 a.m. This is a repeat of my last trip over at Lake Vesuvius, almost identical. The only difference is I'd gotten set up for it to start raining. For dinner, what I have is a Thanksgiving feast. I have some stuffing, I have some instant mashed potatoes, I have, let's see, a little bit of gravy mix in there, and I dehydrated some chicken the other day and mixed it all together. It's gonna be delicious because I am starving. I brought along my koozie to put my meal in, and then after this water heats up, add, I'm hoping it's gonna be about a 1.5 cups of hot water or boiling water. I got a hefty freezer bag. Don't try using a regular bag because it will melt straight through. Let's try this out. Thickened up a bit. It's hot, real hot.
had some worry that maybe I packed too much. Nope, you know what? This is just right. And I got a little snack left for later. I'll show you what that's going to be here in just a minute. I'd like to thank Kroger's. They have come in clutch this trip. Their bags are fantastic. So just this last week, I bought a rope light off of Amazon. It fits onto your ridge line, and I mean it was $20, but I mean it is $20 well spent. Runs off of 3 AAAs. Supposed to get you about 24 hours of light, and I'm about ready to go ahead and turn her on. It's going to look like the 4th of July over here. I have some neighbors across the way, and they're going to be really jelly. For our snack tonight, we have a JJ's Bakery apple pie made with real fruit. Let's hope so. And then we even have a Butterfinger. Man, choices. Well, I think to conserve weight on tomorrow on the way out, we're going to go with this apple pie. I thought that'd be great on top of our Thanksgiving feast. I don't regret my decision. This is the right choice. Butterfinger tomorrow. So I have to say, early this evening it was a rough start, but tonight, it's been nice. Just kind of chilling out here, testing a few new things out. I was able to put my lights up. I mean, there was no way after packing those lights I wasn't going to be putting them up tonight. But the rain is picking up again. It's going to make it even harder for you guys to be able to hear me on the mic. So I think we're going to go ahead and call this a night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Here's a shot of camp. There's some camping spots out this way, but when I got here there's already a couple people here, but I mean that would have been the ideal place. And then we have these trees falling over each other. It's looking like the possibility of rain again, so man, alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to drink this coffee. I got my Butterfinger that I didn't eat last night, because I was thinking about it. It's like, well, I'll have 2 snacks tonight. No, so I'm going to go ahead and drink this, take my breakfast on the go, and next time you see me, we'll be on trail. I see some more people camping ahead. I don't know if that's a designated spot, but that was last night. You can see this or not. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees down ahead. Try to maneuver around this first one. Oh boy. Should have stretched this morning. Oh man, here we go. Number 3. Oh.
Yeah, trail conditions have not improved any. If anything, they're a little worse. Because we got some heavy rain last night for an extended amount of time where these trails are already wet. Yeah, they haven't seen much improvement. So I wiped out for the first time, and out of the many times that I almost slipped, I don't think that's too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 7 trees down. For them to have closed the Peninsula Trail, it must have been in really bad shape, because with the conditions this trail's in, it probably needs to be closed down for a few weeks until they can clean this up. There's just such a much higher risk for falls and slips. And honestly, it's just not worth it to get hurt out here. Ouch. Should have left sooner, because this is really slowing me down. Having to hurdle. I haven't had to do this many hurdles since high school. And I ain't the same kind of shape that I was in when I was in high school. Man. Got a mud puddle. Trees going down this way. You see this? You know, I don't like to complain. I really don't, but man, there's more trees ahead of me than I can even count. This is borderline impassable without having to crawl and hop. Man, I'm gonna be here all day getting out of here. Now ahead is impassable. There's absolutely no way getting around this. See some people have went off to the left side, and people have taken an alternate path to the right. We're going to take the right side, because the left didn't look any better. So being off trail, you gotta watch your step. I stepped right in this big hole. That is an ankle breaker right there. Okay, I was off path for the last 20-25 minutes since leaving camp. I've gotten a mile in, one of 5 miles to go this morning. I'm just trying to remain optimistic it's gonna get better as we get closer to the trailhead, thinking that maybe the maintenance or somebody would keep that cleaned up some. Last night was a bit comical. The only 2 trees that I could find to tie my tarp up had poison ivy on them. And then when I was stringing my tarp up, the soil was very loose. I mean, it must have just been pure clay, because I could barely get a stake to hold. So, you know, the trick is finding a rock or something heavy to put on that stake to keep it put. And I mean, there was no rocks. I mean, I was trying to find some type of log or some type of branch, and you know, all I could do is just find a bunch of smaller branches and place over top of the tent stakes. If we had had any type of strong winds last night, I'd been in a pretty bad way. Someone must have abandoned camp, because they have their, or parts of their tent here just right on trail, and it is completely saturated and wet. Got campsite 10. Oh yeah, this is wide open right here. Yeah, it's close to the trailhead. It's about maybe 3.5 miles out. Plenty of options right here if you guys want to come out. Not like I'm gonna recommend this one right now, but yeah, if you do come out in the future, campsite 10, mark that one on the map. We're at the Axum Trail Grub Ridge intersection. Go ahead and put it up on the map. We're going to be taking the Axum Trail on through here and then another few miles to the car. Glad the sun has decided to come out. It's been dark and gloomy for the better part of this week. I have a chance to dry out some. Charles C. Deam Wilderness area has provided a lot of excitement, a little bit of fun at time. It's an adventure for sure. Would I come back? You know, with it being 4 hours from the house, yeah, I'd probably still come back. I don't know if I would do this exact loop again, but I would like to come back and do the Peninsula Trail, maybe in a couple years. Hasn't been much in terms of views or rock formations or just overlooks, but it has been an adventure. Guys, I'm about 0.5 miles away from the car, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Guys, I appreciate you tagging along, and as always, don't forget to hit that like button, drop me a comment, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already done it, select that notifications tab. Until next time, this is Appalachian Andy. I'll see you on the next one.